anyone born in the 50s, 40s, they have some serious scare tactics. And those scare tactics, they can stop you from doing your job because it stopped me. But now, in this part of my life, I question everything that we're told to be afraid of, because why? Fear is not of God. So why are we on a planet created by God being told to be afraid of shit? So it just don't rock. Now, I feel truly like that's where discernment comes in, like what to fear and what not to fear. But when you're rooted in love, typically you won't really fear anything because you know that God is the mover and the pusher. But learn to trust yourself. I hear trust yourself. Trust the guidance. Nobody has to approve. Nobody has to see it. If you're being called out on an individual basis, the message is for you. Surround yourself with protective energy. Letting go of a lot of people that no longer suit us. Letting go of hair. My hair had some bad energy caught in it. I know it did. And I cut it off. I colored it orange because I've always wanted to be a redhead. You really can't see it in here, but in the sun it's popping, honey. And I feel like a weight has been lifted off of me. I know hair is energy. I know that. I just don't know what does it receive information? I mean, I just don't know. If anybody knows anything, any cool topics, has any cool information, go ahead and drop that shit down in the comments because I'd love to learn. I'm here to teach, but I'm also here to learn. So are you. So are we. So it's like, let's start having those conversations. Let's start informing people. Let's not act like dicks when people don't know information. Because there's a lot of shit that y'all don't know. But I'm never going to try to belittle someone. I might tell you the truth. I might say it bluntly. I'm a mama bear. That's what I do. I have mom energy. But it's all only out of love. It's never out of anything ugly. Clear your energy. You're being pointed this way. And you want to go this way. That's what I see. I see yourself in a circle surrounded by a lot of unloyal, unhonest people. And you know that. That's the thing, you know. And typically where you're not afraid to hurt people's feelings, it's not about hurting feelings. It's about breaking bonds that you've had forever. And not thinking it's necessary, even though you know how you feel. Energy don't lie. If you feel weird around this person, weird around these people, but you feel an obligation, that's people-pleasing behavior. We're not here to please people. That's one of the biggest fucking lies. We're not here to please people. That is not our job. We are here to be real with people. We're here to not purposely trigger people, but it happens. We're here to keep this shit real. That's it. That's all. And if anybody can keep it more real, the Taurus can. But you have to start learning that loyalty should not cost you your truth. Loyalty should not cost you your truth. Being so caught up in being so loyal to someone should not cause you to do things or say things or go along with a part you don't want to go along with. Don't do it anymore. Let's drop the behavior of people pleasing and holding people accountable for their own feelings and their own truths. Shaman, trust in higher forces. There's magic happening all around you. You're an earth sign. Indians had a very special relationship with the earth. I feel like we're all delegated, all born different times for different reasons because we have different gifts. Are you a tree hugger? If not, maybe you should try it. There's an unconditional love. Plants, trees, nature, they teach us patience. They teach us beauty, which you're all about because your moon, not your moon, your planet is Venus. They teach you beauty. They teach you grace. You can learn a lot from nature. When things happen in nature, nature goes with it. Nature doesn't feel belittled. Nature just goes with the flow. Nature just stands firm in everything that goes around. Kind of like earth signs, stands firm. They're fixed on, if a tree, you can't move. It's planted, it's stuck there. But it requires patience. And with this patience comes growth, comes vitality, comes connection, comes so many things. Being an earth sign is a beautiful, beautiful thing, and it's a blessing because you have a special relationship that you're not aware of. But if you tap in, go outside and close your eyes. Go outside and sit down. Hug that tree. Grow that plant. Talk to that flower. Shit, talk to the plant. Go get plants for your house. Tap into your nature. Trust the higher forces. Trust what is happening in your life. Trust God's hand over your life. Taurus says if you can't trust, it's because you don't trust yourself. If you don't trust yourself, why? Are you making rash decisions? Are you allowing people to do to you and treat you ways that you don't deserve? What is it? Fire guarding, ignite your passions. What makes your heart beat? What makes your heart explode? What do you daydream about? What does love feel like? What does it look like? What does it smell like? Because Taurus is, you're all about the senses. You're really one about the senses, the sensuality. I mean, you can find beauty, just like Libras, find beauties in things that might not be beautiful to the naked eye. You can find that beauty. Somewhere in your beauty is your passion. Well, no. Somewhere in your sense of beauty is your passion. But where is it? I'm going to give you a great example because I love him. I love him. I love him. Chris Brown, he is a Taurus, and he makes so much music. And you can really tell that regardless of what's going on in this man's personal life, I don't know this man, but you can really tell that he is passionate about his music, his dance, everything. I'm not praising him on his lifestyle choices. I'm not saying that he was right for anything he did legally. That's not the point. And let's not complicate it. Let's give credit where credit is due. No matter what this man has done, you can tell that he is enamored in his passion. You can tell that he is cloaked in the passion of his music, his singing, his dancing. I'm a Chris Brown fan, you could tell. But it's his beauty for his art that is attractive to me. It's that passion. It's the beauty. He even, he draws demons on his house, whatever, but art is art. Express it, baby, how you need to express it. But what is your passion? Find that fire. Leo energy. Fire. Fire sign. Find that fire for your fucking passion. Where's that? Get passionate. That's from your ancestors. Get passionate. Listen to us. We're talking to you. Get your ass from around that protective energy and trust what you see. You know why they're asking you to trust what you see? Because they know to trust God. They've always known. But once you transcend, there's an infinite understanding that happens. Everybody isn't going to understand that, though. Let's look at this message from your higher self. Now, I'm going to go ahead and explain this because a lot of people don't know where I'm coming from when I say this. A lot of people don't even know I think this way, but this is what was given to me, so I trust it. One more card because force has been a theme. The force is just letting you know you're protected. There's a story for your life. You are protected. You are protected. You are loved. You are guided. You are so protected. We are here. They are here. Your ancestors are here. You know why? Because it's a spiritual war, boo. They're here to get you equipped. They're here to help you remember what time it is, what you're here for, why we're all here. They'll help you to remember that these babies are the gift here. Nothing else is the gift. The babies are the gift. They're the grand finale. They're the ones coming and helping us. They're the ones bringing us home to the light. They're fresh. They just stepped fresh off the elevator. They know what time it is. They're coming here to see, do you know what time it is? They're coming here to get you in tune. And I'm just going to say it like this. And this is not just you, Taurus. This is all across the board because we've all been children and we're still his children. God is sick of the bullshit. It's time to get right and it's time to get tight. I'm simply a messenger whose voice is weary because I've been giving out so many messages. Your higher self is your 3-year-old self. I say all that to say your higher self is your 3-year-old self. Numbers are ways of communication. What does 3 mean? 3 means you're whole, you're balanced, completely. You're whole in that sense, because what you think, what you say, and what you do all aligns when you're 3 years old. If I'm 3 and I'm thinking this person stinks, I'm probably going to tell them they stink. I'm probably going to act like they stink. Us adults, we get a little bit of like secondhand embarrassment when kids are themselves. And we think, oh, they're just being kids. They don't. No, they're being themselves. They're being who they were brought here to be. To us, it's rude because we have masks and faces and images. But they're here being and doing exactly what they're here to do. They're here to speak their truth. They're here to be honest. They're here to laugh. They're here to play. They're here to joke. They're doing exactly what they came here to do. But we, parents, us elders, we stop them. We scare them away from the light. Once they see dark, their light dims. But we don't know sometimes that we're stuck in our own programs. We're so caught up in our own programs that we don't really think, are we portraying light or dark to our children? We don't think about that because we've got phones, we've got TVs, we've got work, we've got to cook dinner, we've got this, we've got that, we've got that. It's a trap, it's a setup to keep you busy so that your children are vulnerable. And if you're too busy, if you're not raising your kids, who is? The media. Who's in charge of the media? They, them, the uppers. The people that don't give a fuck about you and don't give a fuck about your children. Them. So, I say all that to say, your higher self is your 3-year-old. You need to spend some time with them, so let's get into it. Laugh. It's been a long time since you laughed. What's funny? Put on some comedy. You get what you receive. Laughter is love. Laughter is joy. Laughter is happiness. Make someone smile. Make someone laugh. Laugh a little bit. When we heal ourselves, we heal others. What was funny when you were 3? What made you laugh? What brought you joy? What brought you happiness? Remember, laugh. Even if you don't feel like laughing, fake it. Fake it till you make it. I read the other day that if you smile for 30 seconds, you trick your mind or rewire your mind to thinking you're happy. I haven't tried it. I smile all the time, but try it. Decide. You're going to have to pick a choice. Remember I told you, Taurus baby, there's only 2 ways to go. Left or right. Left or right. And I hope you choose the right way. 2, balance. It's okay to parlay. It's okay to kick it. But balance that with working. Not the soul-sucking, soul-crushing 9 to 5 that makes you feel miserable and worthless at the end of the day. I'm talking about the real work. This type of work. Maybe not cards, because like I've said, cards, I don't need these. These are a tool. These are just a tool. Most of this is conversation. Most of this is my thoughts, but I come here to explain. I come here to see that you get it, to see that you see the big picture, because that is why I'm here. I'm here to hold us all accountable. I'm here to hold you accountable, me accountable, so we can hold these babies accountable, so we can live out the life that God intended for us to live. Not this soul-crushing, soul-sucking reality that we've created based off of what we've been taught, based off of what we have been programmed. I'm here to teach you how to teach yourself by researching, by looking things up, by making time. Time is everywhere. There's plenty of time. We have time, but you have to make time. You have to make it. Because we all get our individual time. Where are you putting yours? 9 means being of service. How can you be of service? Anytime you're confused, and this is coming through me, anytime you're confused, choose kindness. Anytime you are confused, choose kindness. Being kind, it helps you keep sense of what's important. Being kind brings you an internal happiness and internal joy. Being kind is addictive. So much addictive so that once you get a taste, you don't want to stop. But if you peel the layers back and take a look, Taurus, everything that we've been taught goes against that. And now it's being taught to your kids. Exercise your vibes. And remember, 9 and 2, 11, we create our reality with our thoughts. So if you choose to go left, don't be upset about everything that comes back to back to back after you choose left, because you chose left. That's where free will comes in. A lot of people like to curse God. A lot of people like to blame God, but he is not to blame for your choice. That is why he gave us free will. One thing that I'm not going to do ever is I'm not going to sit here and ever go back to back with someone about their belief. You're entitled to your belief, but don't shit on me about mine. Don't be mad because my eyes are open enough to see. And don't be mad because I want to share this information with people who actually give a fuck, who actually are tired of being miserable, people who are tired of crying, people who are tired of feeling worth nothing. Exercise your vibes. What do you feel? What do you hear? What are you picking up? It's time for you to start getting in tune. I feel like you should get in tune with nature. This person on this card, they're jump roping outside. They're getting physically fit, which Tauruses, that would help a lot. Because Tauruses like to eat. Tauruses are a slave to their senses. I hate to say it like that, not a slave. Tauruses, they give into their senses because that's the kind of person you have to be in order to notice every little beautiful thing about everything. You have to be one of those people that gives in to your senses. And sometimes when we give into our senses, and I know because I love to eat. I love food. I love to cook. Sometimes when we give into our senses, might overeat. Might overindulge just a little bit. Might have a little bit too much wine. Might have a little bit too much cheese. Might have a little bit too much bread. Enjoy it. That's why we're here. But again, too, find that balance. Be one of those people that just as much as you like to eat, you like to move. Me, it's hard for me to find the ways to be able to work out like I like to, because I am, I've had babies. I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, some smaller children, and it was hard to do anything with them. But I'm now starting to get to the point to where I understand, and I'm now starting to get to the point to where I'm able to balance them out. Exercise your vibes. Find time to exercise. Find time to be healthy, physical. Even if you just want to, there's so many different smartwatches that you could get on Amazon for like the low. And I actually got a smartwatch because I was tired of sitting on my ass all the time after I had the baby. And, it just takes a little bit to get back to yourself. And smartwatch, though, best investment, because I went from moving it was a joke, 3,000 fucking steps a day, probably less, to now I move 20,000 steps a day. And we're going to walk anyway regardless, but it helps me make sure that I'm moving, that I'm being active, and that is my balance, because I know I like to eat, so my ass needs to like to move. But that balance is what's going to keep me moving, keep the spirit moving through me, keep me open, and I discern between my choices. I like a little meat. I've been a vegetarian time and time again, but I grew up in a meat-eating family. I like a little bit of meat, so I like a lot of bit of vegetables. That's just the balance. And I do that for me, for my soul, for my spirit. It's not about looking a certain way on the outside, because we're beautiful. We come in all different shapes and sizes for a reason, all different shades and everything. But it's so that I feel good, because when we feel good, we can tune in. I just want to make sure you're taking care of yourself, Taurus. I want to make sure you're not getting sick. I want to make sure you're just getting some type of physical activity in there. You're doing right, enjoying all of, the fact that we all have 6 senses, not 5, 6 senses, but your 6th one needs a little bit of work. You just need to tap into that. 3, holding ourselves accountable. Not complaining if you're not doing the work. 8, you get what you put out. Remember that, plain and simple. 8 and 3, 11. We think We create. We think, we create. Whatever we think, it's what we create. There's no other way to tell it to you. Take your time. Don't get frustrated with yourself as you try to explore these new things or learn these new things, especially that sixth sense. Don't be hard on yourself. Breathe. Know that you're protected. Don't get angry. Stay calm. Time is on your side if you want it to be. But you have to believe that. Don't get into that fear. There's not enough time. We can't. Don't spin yourself. Time is on my side. I'm using my time wisely. I'm learning at the very best of my ability. My number one rule, Taurus, is be kind to yourself. Please be kind to yourself. That's what's going to get you through. The minute, I posted this today on Facebook, the minute we choose unkindness is the minute we go wrong. The minute you choose unkindness, it's a shit show. So stay kind. 4, angel protection. 3, ascended message protection. Action. 4 and 3 is 7. If you do all of this, you will be rewarded. But be kind with yourself. Because guess what? It's time to create a new story for yourself. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not your transgressions. You are not your failures, your seeming failures, because you never really fail. You only improve. It just seems like failure because, like I said, we live in a world that teaches us that if we're not winning, we're losing. That is a fucking lie. It's not true, baby. We're all winners. We're all winning. No one's losing. Actually, let me back up. The only ones who are losing are the ones who don't understand how beautiful and wonderful we are, who don't understand the beautiful, wonderful creation that we are. You're losing. You're not winning. Not my fault, not anybody else's fault. So we're not even going to do that one. I say this and I give this double emphasis because I know how down on themselves Tauruses can be. But you have to stop speaking the mind chatter of mommy and daddy, uncle and auntie, grandma and grandpa, exes, ex-wives, ex-boyfriends, the popular group, the not so. But you got to stop speaking that mind chatter. Don't let other people tell you who you are. Don't let other people affirm or assert your destiny for you with their words. That's not fair, and that's not how this works. You get to choose. That's your free will. But that means if your life is shitty, that is your fault. I'm sorry, I can't speak for children. I can't speak for babies because it's not their job to take care of themselves. And that's what's going on. These kids think they have to take care of themselves. I have to force my daughter, not force her, but I have to constantly affirm the fact that I am here. She can trust me. I am aware. Because there's adults out here who don't give a fuck about children, who are teaching children that we adults cannot be trusted. And so they all think that they can trust each other, and they're teaching each other under the guise of places like TikTok. I'm not dumb. None of us are. Don't be. Get a new story. You're wonderful, you're powerful, you're beautiful. What I like to do is my bathroom. Everyone has to pee first thing in the morning. When everyone wakes up in the morning, their heads are a little blah, 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 blah. When we sleep, our mind changes into a different brainwave. I'm not going to claim theta or beta because honestly, I really didn't pay attention when I was learning that in psychology. But I do know that it changes. And when we get up, we're groggy, but we're still kind of taking in information. We're still learning. We're still, that really helps with our habits, what we do first thing in the morning. That's why it's important. So every morning when I get up and I go to the bathroom, I have probably like 5 or 6 sticky notes lined up down the side of my mirror that proclaim to me my life. I am beautiful. I am rich in area of my life. Rich bitch vibes. I am independent. I am inspirational. I am beautiful. I am, because I'm not going to let anyone else affirm my life for me. And while I'm sitting there, half awake, over this sink, in the, going to the bathroom, whatever, I'm reading this stuff in my head. And I'm reading it out loud, sometimes 2, 3 times, but I'm affirming my own life, and I want you to know you have a choice. 4 is angel protection. 1 is we create our reality with our thoughts. We create what we think. 4-1 is 5. Let go of the old narrative. You very much still have the same spirit and energy as you did when you were a child, aka 3. This is the 3-year-old talking to you and affirming the messages. You need exercise. You need to make a decision. Are you going to come save us or not? It's not a rat race. So you're not slow. Just be patient with yourself. And trust yourself. But also realize that you're allowed to come in there, run, hug, and hold the 3-year-old me, us, and say, you know what? I know you didn't get what you deserved out of life. I know this wasn't fair. But come on, baby. Lead me home. I trust you. I trust us. I need you to trust me. I'm going to get us home. I told my inner self, I promise you, baby girl, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I've got to do to get us what we deserve out of this life. And I've done that. I've done just that. We can all do that. That's why God says children are a gift. That is what he sends to help us remember who we are. But because we live in this joy-stealing, soul-crushing world sometimes, we actually end up bringing them away from God instead of allowing them to bring us to God. Because when they start to bring us to God, when they open their mouths, we shame them. I'm tired of it. I've done it. I've done it. I have done it. When I was not an aware, when I was not an awake parent, there's so many things that I did, and so many ways that I lived out of hurt, out of my own hurt, projecting my own hurt, my own mistakes, my own failures onto my child. And instead of seeing her as an individual and a gift,